Yo, what's going on everybody? Stockopolis Jack here bringing you a brand new video. And today we're going to be discussing ILUS. Yes, it has been a little while since we have discussed this stock, but boy oh boy, the news as of late has been huge. As you can see, currently sitting at that 7 cent mark and near all-time 52-week lows is gonna be the potential massive run-up coming in the next few months. So let's get right into it. As you can see, currently sitting on a market cap of 96.7 million. Authorized shares currently at 2 billion and the outstanding shares of 1.325 billion, with insiders and CEOs selling absolutely zero shares. And we'll get into that later in the video, so be sure to stick around, as you know, this video is chock full with massive information. So as you can see, that they released this as of Friday. Important announcements on the following milestones during the month of September. As you can see, it will be filing of its Form 10/12G registration statement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. It will be working with the investment bank within the company to complete its first planned subsidiary uplist to a major stock exchange. As you see, announcement regarding the planned share lockup and share buyback. That's very important. We'll discuss that now momentarily. First site which the company is acquiring in Serbia, and details on the investment project and its initiatives and its incentives. 100 million revenue acquisition by the company's industrial subsidiary, the Quality Industry Corporation, located under Otcqb, QIND, and further acquisitions which are in the final stages. As you can see here, in order to become fully reporting, change its name and uplist to the OTCQB, ILS underwent the audit of its 2020 and 2021 financials, and the completion of which was announced on the 30th of August. ILUS is now in the final stages of preparing its Form 10/12G registration statement, which is expected to file during September 2022. This is huge news, guys. And just one of the many points we announced: share lockup and share buyback. We'll get into that later in the video. That is massive as well. You know, locking up those and the QIND we'll get into as well. And some more on QIND here. It's in its final stage of completing the acquisition of $100+ million revenue process manufacturing company headquartered in UAE. Now, this QIND can reach up to 300 million in revenue, and I'll show you that momentarily with a few points. But they are massive, guys. The subsidiaries are already signed a binding agreement with the acquisition target, paid the first agreement payment of 1 million, and both the parties are now working through the final documentation for an anticipated deal completion and announcement during September 2022. And as you can see, simultaneously, it's another point: ILUS Emergency Response subsidiary ERT is working throughout the completion of its 4 acquisitions. And as you can see, the managing director, John Paul Blackwell, said, "We expect to reach several phenomenal milestones over the coming months, and our September milestones form an important step towards an outstanding fourth quarter, which should contain even more stunning results and announcements." That's what you want to see, guys. But really, this ERT IPO with the 4 companies, including QIND and ILUS, is going to be absolutely massive in my own opinion. But again, you have to own the diligence on this stuff, guys. And so let's get into some more here on ILUS before we get into QIND quickly. As you can see, increases revenue over the same quarter in 2021 by 588% and by 553% over the first quarter of 2022. And of course, on track to exceed its annual run rate revenue forecast. Of course, this continues to set records, guys. This stock is amazing. And we saw it run up to over 50 cents not long ago. See a revenue of 19.6 million, net profit is 1.1 million. The assets they're working with 55.3 million and working capital of 9.6 million. Now QIND here, as you can see, they have a 10 million square foot of manufacturing accessible facilities, including 2 waterfront yards, 1,350 employees, with actually 1,750 during peak periods. They have more than 75 million of orders in production, with a further 230 million in confirmed purchase orders. And that's where the 300 million revenue comes. Sales pipeline of over $4 billion. End users include BP, Shell, Total, Chevron, Sonatrach, Sasol, Gaso, and more. These are not small names, guys. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. Expansion to growth areas with hydrogen plant and offshore wind turbine manufacturing, so it's set for the future as well. As you can see, it has the OHS&S certified companies, ISO 9001 and 14001. Now, give this guy a follow, IGAL, sorry, not IGAL. Give him a follow, guys. He does extremely incredible DD when it comes to ILUS and others. But as you can see, he believes, along with me and many others, ERT, the IPO, will cause a lot of jaws to drop. And of course, they're in the process to complete this month. The closing of the $300 million value of QIND, and ERT should be valued at 500 million plus, which it's just absurd. And this is set to be an astronomical European deal. This is just going to be insane, including ILUS, QIND, ERT, and DRCR. And here's the emergency response technologies. Twitter, I have not posted much as of late, but guys, just beginning with this ILUS, we could 5-10x run-ups easy with all these companies involved. Of course, you have to do your own due diligence before investing in these companies, guys, but this is looking amazing. All the news we have been discussing as of September. This was a question in the August 24th Q&A, which I found was very important to point out. They asked about the outstanding shares, not authorized shares, and whatnot. Here's their answer to it. There's absolutely no intention of going anywhere near the 2 billion authorized shares. If anything, they're trying to reduce and not increase the outstanding shares, obviously, for potential funding and acquisitions. From time to time, there may be shares issued, as has been seen recently, of course. Even in this regard, though, they're taking a very smart approach to acquiring larger companies, such as what they're doing with QIND, as we're seeing. As we see here, another important point, Nick and other insiders are highly regulated in the SEC and cannot simply convert and sell shares as they wish. And as you see, the ability for large shareholders to convert and sell shares is governed by SEC rules, of course. And they state here, as evidenced by Nick and other company insiders not having sold a single share to this point, they have absolutely no intention of doing so for the foreseeable future, which makes the above questions completely irrelevant. If it was so relevant, we would have to increase the authorized shares in preparation for conversion and sale, even though, as per point 1, this would be almost impossible to achieve despite what many may have threatened. And that is great news to see they are holding. And as you can see, the core management team, as you see on the bottom of the company, insiders have a 10 to 20 year view building ILUS into a global brand such as GE, United Technologies, and they even go to say the likes of Berkshire Hathaway, which is just insanity, guys. And, the fact they mentioned that and want to be like them is not unforeseeable. 10 to 20 years, anything could happen. This is destination business for us, and selling shares in short term or even medium term absolutely makes no sense in light of their strategy. They're driven by the mission to build long-term, successful and sustainable company with multiple spin-outs, and this motivates and incentivizes us along the route towards becoming a truly global brand, guys. They're all on boat with this. They all want to see this succeed, and the IPO of ERT is only the start, guys. We honestly, though, could see ILUS, ERT, QIND 5 to 10x within the next couple of months en route to the ERT IPO. And again, over 500 million plus is possible for the ERT IPO, which is insane, guys. Sure buybacks, sure lockups, uplisting to the Otcqb. What a month. And 2022, the last few months should be insanity with this stock in a great way. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight of the recent news and the authorized shares, outstanding shares, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Give my Twitter a follow, StockOplisJackYT. Please leave a like, subscribe for more content. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.